What up, world? Established Rich coming right back at you. Jake Paul has done it again. This man is turning boxing into the Ringling Brothers. On November 14th, Atlanta is hosting a match between Jake Paul and Gervonta Davis. Now, let me say this straight out the gate.
Why?
Why in the hell is this fight even happening? Why is an elite lightweight champion, one of the most explosive fighters on the planet, fighting a YouTuber who outweighs him by damn near 100 pounds? I think we all know the answer to that. Money.
Straight cash, homie.
No tradition, no fairness, no balance, just money. And I know some of y'all already saying, well, boxing has always had circus events. Yeah, that's true. But at least in the past, the circus made some kind of sense. And it was entertaining. But this is a different level of nonsense.
Paul vs. Tank fight poster released for November 14th bout. The boxing world was surprised this week by the announcement of an exhibition bout between WBA lightweight champion Gervonta Tank Davis and social media star Jake Paul. The fight is set for November 14, 2025, in Atlanta, Georgia, and will stream exclusively on Netflix. This matchup has generated a lot of buzz since it will be Paul's first time fighting a professional boxer. However, there are significant size differences, with Paul outweighing Davis by more than 60 pounds and standing 6 inches taller. Despite this, the highly anticipated official poster has been released, confirming the event. The news came as a surprise because Davis was expected to have a rematch with R.I.C.H. Jr., a bout that many considered to be a close contest earlier in the year. Promoter Eddie Hearn commented on Davis's decision, suggesting that the massive payday from a fight with Paul was too tempting to pass up. Hearn expressed his belief that Davis might be prioritizing money over his legacy at this point in his career. When fighters get to a certain point and a certain level, it becomes all about the money, Hearn said. He added that if Davis is half checked out, Roach Jr. might have a chance to beat him in a rematch, which could have been a factor in Davis's decision to take the fight with Paul. The future of both fighters remains uncertain, but one thing is clear: the money involved is a major motivator for this unexpected matchup.
See, here's the problem with Jake Paul. He wants to be taken seriously as a boxer. He wants to sit at the table with the real fighters, but he don't want to earn that seat. He don't want to cut weight and step into a division where men his size will actually test him. No, he wants to pick fights with senior citizens like Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson, ladies and gentlemen, a legend, a warrior, but let's be honest. When he fought Jake Paul, that wasn't Iron Mike, that was Grandpa Mike. Walking to the ring looking like he needed a wheelchair in some icy hot before the fight even started. And Jake Paul knew exactly what he was doing. He didn't just fight Mike Tyson, he robbed the crowd. He sold the memory of the past while fighting a man old enough to be his granddad. And now he back to pull the same trick again. Enter Gervonta Davis, an undefeated, undeniable killer in the ring. One of the hardest punchers in the sport today. But here's the catch. He 5'5", 135 soaking wet. Jake Paul, close to 200 pounds walking around. Easy. So tell me, how is this supposed to be fair? How can you call yourself a boxer when you keep picking opponents twice your age or half your size? You can't, because this ain't about sport, it's about spectacle. But here's the irony. I'm still gonna be watching. All y'all still gonna watch. And that's why Jake Paul keep getting away with it. He know we don't respect it. He know the purists call it garbage, but he also knows the same purists are gonna pull out their credit card and buy the fight. Because we all secretly hoping to see one thing: Jake Paul getting his ass knocked out, face down, arms out, meme of the year. And the possibility of that is enough to keep us hooked. But let me tell you something. This ain't about Jake Paul anymore. This is about boxing. Every time the sport lets a man like Jake come in, pick his opponents, print money, and turn the fight to a circus, it cheapens the game. Young fighters who train their whole life for a title shot ain't gonna see this type of money. But Jake Paul, with his Instagram followers and YouTube subscribers, is able to walk in the ring and collect millions, and then turn around and say he wants to be respected as a boxer. Come on, dawg. Now let's talk about Tank. Why would he even do this? And we all know why again. The bag. The money is too big to ignore. And I get it, fighters' careers don't last forever. You take a fight like this, you can cash out. But make no mistake about it, this is a risk. Because if Tank loses, even by accident, even on some weird circumstances, his legacy is gonna take a hit. He could dominate real contenders for years, but all anybody is gonna remember is that fight with the YouTube star. That's the risk, and it's bigger than the payday. So what does this leave us? I'll tell you exactly where it leaves us. On November 14th, Atlanta becomes the stage for another boxing circus. Jake Paul at the center of the ring, talking, smirking, selling. Tank across the ring, deadly, dangerous, explosive, but also smaller, lighter, outweighed, and we, the audience, caught in the middle. Loving the spectacle, hating the spectacle, but paying for it anyway. That's boxing in 2025. No longer a sport built on legacy, but a stage built on viral moments. As long as Jake Paul is in the game, the circus will keep going. Don't get it twisted. When that bell rings, everybody watching is still hoping for the same thing: to see this man flat on the canvas. And if Tank Davis can pull it off, it won't just be a win for him, it'll be a win for boxing. But hey, That's just my opinion. What's yours? Like, comment, subscribe, establish rich. I'll be back with another one. Peace.